Thank you, Caitlin. And yesterday, the Red Cross also honored heroes in the Bloomington Normal area.
And that included recognizing the Normal Community West girls basketball team that was involved in that serious bus accident last year, along with their coach, bus driver, and the volunteer that was killed in that crash. For a full list of recipients, you can visit our website, hoibc.com.
But for now, let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Brian Walter.
Yeah, it's another cold night, but it should be a pretty quiet one. We're just looking at a little bit of cloud cover moving through the area. Those temperatures, again, they are in the 20s, and we're actually not going to drop a whole lot more from where we are right now. Peoria sitting at 29. See, winds have shifted out of the south there at around 11 miles an hour. Bloomington 26. And actually, these numbers about a degree or so higher than where we were in our evening newscast. So again, that's one of the reasons why I don't think these temperatures are going to drop a whole lot more tonight, maybe into the mid-20s as we start the day tomorrow. But actually 50s for some of us potentially by the afternoon. Pretty much either side of 50s. We start the weekend. It will all come to an end on Monday as a strong cold front moves through. We'll see a return to some wintry weather on Monday and maybe the coldest air so far this fall season on the way by the middle of next week. Let's know how cold things will get and have your full 7-day forecast in just a few more minutes.
Quest Charter Academy in Peoria may find out on Monday whether or not they'll be granted renewal from Peoria Public Schools.
During last week's District 150 board meeting, the Academy gave its presentation in favor of renewal, but in a new letter from the superintendent, Desmond Karat is calling it a failure. Kyle Beachy gives us a look inside the superintendent's recommendations. Kyle?
Well, Bobby, Superintendent Dr. Sharon Karat will present the board with 3 options for Quest's future, but all 3 of these recommendations imply the Academy has been a failure. The first option, a 5-year renewal, starts off saying, quote, Quest's failures are significant in violations of the charter school law and have not been in the best interest of the students it serves. So even if the board elects to renew the charter school for another 5 years, they will admit significant failure. Option 2 is to deny Quest a 5-year renewal on the grounds the Academy is charged with improving elementary math and reading through different techniques, but fails to do either. The 2019 report card for Quest shows significantly lower proficiency rates compared to the rest of the district. And Karat even says Quest is not in the best interest of the students. And that third option is a 2-year conditional extension. That option would be treated as a probationary period to, quote, right the ship, but would also be an admission that Quest has failed. All 3 choices presented by Dr. Karat claim Quest's failures, and if a 5-year renewal is adopted, they reserve the right to revoke that charter before the end of the 5 years if performance does not improve. To see what supporters of the school said earlier this week, check out this story on our free mobile news app, and we'll have the latest on this decision Monday at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Kyle. Tony Artis will be Peoria's new fire chief. This comes after current chief Ed Olhai announced his retirement on Thursday.
But Artis is also the mayor's brother. Andy Weber has more about the city's decision.
It just so happens that his brother is the mayor of Peoria. I am the city manager. He doesn't report to the mayor. He reports to me.
The city manager, Patrick Urich, says nepotism was not at play when Tony Artis was selected to be the River City's next fire chief.
Chief Artis has moved through the ranks, was a union president for many years in the department, has been progressively in management positions for the department, and is the best person suited to lead the organization today.
And Urich says that experience creates the perfect candidate.
He has the wealth of experience and the training to step into this position and to be successful in leading a very complex organization.
Tony's predecessor couldn't agree more.
He's very passionate and just really wants the best for this job and the men and women of this department.
But Chief Olahai notes it won't be a cakewalk.
I think he's going to be challenged in the political side of it. It's a constant fight with money and budgets and everybody's fighting for the same few dollars.
He says under Tony Artis, the fire department will also be at a crossroads.
I think we're kind of at a critical point to where any more cuts to the fire department, it puts these big holes in the city.
But he's confident his once assistant chief is up for the fight.
And he's not afraid to stand up and fight the hard fight when he needs to do it.
Thank you, Andy. Now from Peoria City to Peoria County, the other man in the video that appears to show the moments that led to a county board member's arrest says he was not looking for a fight that afternoon. Christian Wolf says that his boss told him to block Matthew Windish's trailer in with his personal car. Wolf says that Windish did not pay the fee that their business charges to park trailers on their property, And he claims that all of this happened after he asked Windisch to pay those fees. Wolf adds that this part of the video shows Windisch trying to use his truck's chain to tow Wolf's car out of his way. And 30 seconds later, Wolf was on the ground with that chain around his neck.
At that point, I just wanted to get him to stop trying to hit me and hurt me. I'm not going to throw punches. I'm at work. I mean, it's on camera. I know there's cops on the way. So I just wanted to separate and just kind of, I didn't want anybody to get hurt. I didn't want to get hurt.
Wolf says he told Windisch he had no personal problem with him and that his boss and police were already on their way to resolve the dispute before any of this happened. Windisch is facing misdemeanor battery charges and declined to comment for this story today. Scott's Law violations are up 800% this year compared to last year.
And despite this increase, 26 Illinois State Police Trooper squad cars have been hit by drivers not obeying Scott's Law. Now, Stephanie Rodriguez has more on why police are asking you to move over.
The law requires you to move over when you see an emergency vehicle, trooper, or anyone with their hazards flashing on the side of the road.
If it's safe to do so, switch into the other lane.
2019 has been more than just painful for ISP. 3 troopers have been killed because drivers didn't follow Scott's Law.
It's extremely scary when you're inside the road and people are just buzzing by you. So we're just taking extra precaution. We're really enforcing Scott's Law, and we're backing other troopers up on the side of the road and making sure that they're safe.
So if you see 2 officers on the side of the road, one might be there to catch Scott's Law violators.
When I see another trooper on the side of the road, I try to pull in behind them with my lights on so people are more than aware to pull over.
Police say by this time last year, they gave out 728 Scott's Law citations. But so far in 2019, they're almost